This is no ordinary music video. It's especially made by this teacher, hoping to get students interested in events that happened long before they were born. It hasn't been easy.
All right, here.
But the student's history lesson is life experience for German-Filipino Edgar Krohn. He was 16 during the Japanese occupation of the Philippines and saw people die all around him. It was decades before many survivors could even talk about the war.
I have not forgiven the members of the Imperial Japanese Army that conducted all these atrocities and so on. That we cannot forget.
But outside of privately backed projects like this small, time-limited exhibit, little is documented about the war in the Philippines. Some say Filipinos either easily forget or still find it too painful to talk about, or they just don't want to antagonize Japan. Whatever the reason, historians call it a gap in the national consciousness.
This is the only monument to commemorate the more than 100,000 civilians that were killed during the battle for Manila's liberation. That battle lasted 1 month, and most of those that were killed were massacred by the Japanese occupying forces in their own homes or in other places of refuge, such as schools, hospitals, and even churches.
Many survivors feel there hasn't been enough reparation, but the Philippine and Japanese governments have moved forward. Japan is now one of the Philippines' biggest aid donors and trade partners, and the Philippine government supports the rearming of Japan, seeing it as a balancing factor against China's growing power in the region. But historians say looking towards the future shouldn't erase the past.
To me, it's part of looking into who we are. They died so that we could have this kind of world. And by forgetting all their experience and their sacrifices, we live in a shallower world.
In classrooms like this one, the battle continues, with teachers fighting to make sure younger generations develop a strong sense of pride and national identity. Marga Ortigas, Al Jazeera, Manila.